The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. This past Saturday, Owners Appreciation Day here at the track. Higher than normal purses brought big competitive fields and a great betting day. And the feature of the afternoon, the Mike Valesi Appreciation Mile, and it brought the Performance of the Year. You don't want to miss that. That's coming up here in our first segment. Our national coverage takes us to Keeneland for the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup. We'll also head north of the border to Woodbine. And Dick, we have something very significant to talk about. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones here on the first floor here at Parks Racing. Dick Girardi, my friend. And Dick, a star, was born last year here at the track and is now headed to retirement.
Yeah, Jaywalk is retired. They are going to send her to Japan where she's going to get bred. So her last race will be here at Parks in the Cotillion where she led for a while. But hey, she's always the 2-year-old filly champ. She's always the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies winner, and a wonderful job by John Service. Again, hopefully on his way to the Hall of Fame. We've talked about that. Chuck Zackney, Cassius King, part owner along with the Green family, and just a great run through 2018. It wasn't as good as they'd hoped this year, but you know what? She still had a great career.
Dick, when you win the Breeders' Cup and you win the 2-year-old filly championship, that you
That's
cannot
forever.
take that away. That is forever. And we're going to miss her. Any idea what kind of deal they made?
You know, I don't know, but I suspect they did well or they wouldn't have done it, because that's a pretty sharp group, so hopefully they did very well.
Well, Dick, we had a terrific day here on Saturday. As I mentioned, the higher the normal purses. We had huge fields throughout the day, so it was a great betting day. And the feature was the Mike Valesi Appreciation Mile. Mike was here. We'll have more on that here in just a minute, but let's take a look at our feature race, because as I mentioned just a moment ago, we saw the Performance of the Year here at the track. The favorite was number 4, Spun to Run. Carlos Guerrero bringing back his hard-sprung colt. Michael Sanchez will be back aboard. Now, Paco Lopez had been riding him recently, so Michael gets the mount here today. 6-5 the price. Now, Dick, he has been terrific. He's coming off 3 hard races, though. The Travers, the Smarty Jones, and of course the Haskell, the Smarty Jones, and the Pennsylvania Derby. Any chance that he doesn't perform quite as well?
Well, it was interesting. When I looked at the race, I said, look, he's a really neat horse, but now he's running against older, and some of the best older horses at this racetrack, including Someday Jones, who's had 99 buyers, Forewarned, who's had a really nice run for our man Uriah this year, and I'm thinking, man, 6-5, and he was odds on most of the race. So I'm thinking, boy, this is going to be tough. This is not an easy spot.
Second choice, number 2, Carlos L, who's a bit of an X factor here because he's making his first North American start. He is a Panamanian star. Now, he's been off for quite some time, but in his last start, he just absolutely dominated in a Group 1 down in Panama, but you don't know what kind of competition that is.
You don't know what kind of competition it is, but he's trained by George Navarro, who's only winning at, 44% at the track, so he got bet for that reason, and he's got a good record, but nobody really knew what to expect.
Dick, this was some performance.
Yes, it was.
Here's the call of the Mike Valesi Appreciation Mile. And they're off in the Valesi Appreciation Mile, and Spun to Run broke sharply. And Spun to Run will take the lead into the first turn. Just to his outside sits Someday Jones second. Carlos L now with a rush on the inside. And the Panamanian star Carlos L will quickly take the lead. So Spun to Run will settle back into the second spot with Someday Jones 3 wide running third. VIP Code with a spot at the inside fourth, Fat Man fifth. Forewarned is on the outside sixth and only 3.5 back as they turn into the back stretch. Zanani has a spot down inside next, and at the back are the 2 trailers. Senior Investment, who is just to the inside of Bon Raison. The first quarter was 24-1. As they move up the backstretch, Carlos L is in charge. Carlos L bounding along a length and a half, stalked by Spun to Run second. VIP Code sits third at the inside. Someday Jones still close up with the clear on the outside fourth after a 47 3/2 mile for Carlos L. So Carlos L moves to the far turn, leading just a length. Here comes Spun to Run. And with 3/8 to go, Spun to Run will power right past Carlos L. Spun to Run with a sharp move, and with 5/16 to go, the lead is quickly 4. On the inside now, Carlos L trying to hold second as Someday Jones is now coming up to him. After that comes VIP Code and Fat Man. But with that 3/8 move, Spun to Run has blown this one open with a furlong to go. It's a 6-length lead. Someday Jones on the outside giving chase. Carlos L has dropped back, forewarned a late bit on the far outside, but Spun to Run is already wrapped up. Well, we were wondering if Spun to Run might bounce off of those efforts. Well, Dick, how about he went the other way?
Yes.
He absolutely blows up. And he's eased through most of the last furlong here, dominates, wins by almost 7, pays $4.40 to win. And Dick, I kept thinking, now I realize a mile and an eighth is different than a mile. If he had run this race in the Pennsylvania Derby, what happens?
He wins, and he wins easily. Look, it was awesome, and the number told the story. The track wasn't fast on Saturday, a lot of slow times. 110 Beyer figure.
Really?
The best of the year, around 2 turns for a 3-year-old.
Really?
The best here in 10 years, the only horse that's got the same kind of number here at 2 turns is Bayern,
Right.
when he set the track record in 2014 in the PA Derby. And not only that, the 3 of the best 4 3-year-old figures in America this year have been right here.
Really?
2 of the other 3 were in the Gallant Bob with the 1-2 finishers. And of course, Chancelot's the only horse that went faster, 121. But this was some show by a horse that Carlos has been telling us for months had incredible talent. This was it. I really thought he had a chance of getting beat because I thought the field was so good. I thought Someday Jones ran right to his best form and lost by almost 7. It was incredible.
Dick, Spun to Run. Carlos has done a terrific job. A 110 Beyer, that's absolutely sensational.
And I think maybe the Cigar Mile. I think they want to give him a little break now because he's been racing right along. The Breeders' Cup, I asked, it's just a little too much, a little too soon. But, you know, let's say the Cigar Mile, and then next year they take a look at 2020, map out a campaign, and if this horse wants to be 110 on a regular basis, he ain't going to run around here. He's going to be running all around the country.
Well, Dick, Danny Gibson in the Winter Circle had a chance to catch up with owner Bob Donaldson, and he's one happy camper. Here's more.
I'm with winning owner Bob Donaldson of Spun to Run for the Mike Bellezzi Appreciation Mile. That was an incredible performance. You switched the rider today, put Michael Sanchez. Take us through that amazing trip.
Michael just, you know, he seems to really be able to know the way I want the horse ridden. And he really listened. Turning for home, I knew he was, you know, when he made his move, I knew it was going to be over.
What has it been like being here and winning all these stakes races at your Parks home base for the PTHA? Today's Owners Appreciation Day. Very sweet victory today.
Yeah, I'd really like to thank the PTHA, and you guys are just doing a marvelous job. We couldn't do it without you. And just to win any stake races or to have a nice sound horse is a blessing. Like this.
Well, congratulations. He's definitely fun to run and fun to watch run. Spun to Run.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And thanks for Danny Gibson and, of course, owner Bob Donaldson. And it's a pleasure now to welcome in the winning jockey of the Bellezzi Appreciation Mile. It's Michael Sanchez. Michael, congratulations on a terrific victory. First thing I want to ask you, now you were on the horse as a 2-year-old almost a year ago back in November. When you were on him before the race, did you get a sense that he was going to run like that?
Well, you know, you always hope for, you know, that kind of sense like that. Hopefully you get a 2-year-old that can run, you know, as good as him. And when I run him, he ran really, really well. He improved a lot from that first time out. And, I mean, he grew, he got so much bigger and stronger, and he's showing it now.
Michael, take us through the race. You broke very sharply. You were in front right at the start, but then Carlos L came rushing up on the inside. Tell us about the race.
Yeah, well, we talked about it. I talked to Bob, I talked to Carlos, and, you know, Dexter started having everybody. And, I mean, he kind of have that kind of like speed, but, I mean, you don't have to really like rushing or anything. I mean, you can use him, go to the lead, but you don't really, he doesn't really need to. And we saw Navarro horse, he kind of got a little bit of speed. First time kind of running here in the United States, so you never know what to expect for him. I just put him on the race. I thought he was best, you know, the best horse in the race. I just gotta let him run. I gotta, you know, pick a good spot. I put him on the race. He rushed up. You know, I kind of just let him go and I let him do the first half. The next half was mine.
Oh, it sure was.
When he starts making that move on the turn, what was that feeling like?
Oh, it was awesome. It was incredible. I mean, that's a feeling that you want to feel with every horse that you want to ride. I mean, I just sat, I was waiting, and I mean, I barely did anything. I just put him on the beat, let him know that was kind of time to go, and I mean, he just responded really, really well. I mean, he did it really easy. That was just like a 2-minute leap for him.
You've ridden thousands of horses. How many times have you had that kind of response?
I mean, sometimes you kind of have that response, but sometimes they don't like stay as good as he did. Maybe they do it for like maybe like like an apple, but he just kept going and going. I mean, it was just awesome.
Well, Mikey, we wish you the best through the rest of the season here as you are competing for that jockey title with some guy named Frankie Pennington, so best of luck to you.
Thanks.
And the feature race, the Mike Bellezzi Appreciation Mile, of course, celebrated the great career here of Mike Bellezzi, the executive director of the PTHA, who has done so much for so many people for so long in the backstretch with his tireless dedication. And in the winner's circle after the race, Danny Gibson caught up with Steve Appel and Sal DeBunda.
Hi, this is Danny Gibson from the PTHA. I'm with our president, Sal DeBunda, and board member Steve Appel. Sal, you've spent many years hand in hand with Mike Bellezzi. Tell us what your experience has been like.
Well, I guess it's 1995 was when we got together. I didn't know Mike. We both had an interest in the PTHA, and we came together and we said, maybe we should work together. We started to make a list of things we thought had to change here. It was an extensive list, to be honest. But with Mike's help and the board's help and our membership's help, and also working with Frontside, we accomplished almost every one of those, and we have a new list, and we keep going forward. But without Mike, I don't think most of those would have happened. So we really are here to appreciate him and almost 25 years that he has spent serving the PTHA.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your service. Steve, I would love to hear what you have to add on that, your experience with Mike Bellezzi.
Mike has made an impact on the lives of everybody here at Parks Racing. The backstretch, the owners, it's indescribable, the changes he's instituted to make this place really great.
Dick, Mike has worked so long, so hard for so many people, and we mentioned the Turning for Home program that he started. His list of accomplishments is many.
Yeah, I think if you put two at the top of the list, Turning for Home would be there, and the fact that all the backstretch workers, the trainers, have medical coverage, which is unheard of at any other racetrack in America.
Well, I don't have a cap to tip to Mike, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mike Bellezzi, congratulations on a great afternoon. Let's head to our first break. We got back here on Let's Go Racing. It's our national coverage. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Here comes Castle Lady trying to catch Cambier Park, who has the lead in the final furlong.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner, low-mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time for the national coverage. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. We start at Keeneland, the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup. 3-year-old fillies going at 1 mile and 1/8 for a purse of $500,000. Dick Chad Brown, what a surprise! He has the favorite here, number 3, Cambier Park, who's 9-5, and she is coming off a Grade 1 victory on the West Coast.
Yeah, she won the Del Mar Oaks. She won the Wonder again at Belmont. She was 3rd at the Belmont Oaks, and that's not the only one Chad has in here, but he's loaded in the filly and mare class.
He's loaded into every division. Dick, Euro's involved here. Number 5, Castle Lady, the second choice at 3-1, and she is a Group 1 winner in France.
Yeah, and anytime you're a Group 1 winner coming over here, you're dangerous.
Cambier Park 9-5 for Chad. Here's the call.
Cambier Park against the rail leads it by a half-length. Magnetic Charm just a neck off the leader now in second. Here's Regal Glory to the far outside. In third by a length, Princessa Carolina fourth in between horses ahead. And then Castle Lady moves up the rail, now takes over that fourth position by a neck. Varenka toward the outside, right toward the center of the pack. Nearly 5 lengths from the lead, though. Cafe Americano is next to last, and Kelsey's Cross trails 49.18 seconds the time for the opening half mile. Cambier Park and Magnetic Charm separated by a neck. They go 1-2 to the far turn. Princessa Carolina looking for some running room. Can't find it just yet. Regal Glory moves up again, a closer third on the outside. Castle Lady has been hugging the rail and waiting for some more running room there. She's fourth, 2 lengths off the lead. Varenka going to swing out to the center of the course from the 5th position, 5 lengths from the front. Cambier Park has Castle Lady moving up right behind her. Regal Glory there on the outside. Varenka is 4th. Here comes Castle Lady trying to catch Cambier Park, who has the lead in the final furlong. Castle Lady taking aim at her from the outside. Cambier Park in front by a length and a half. Castle Lady 2nd. Princessa Carolina 3rd. Cambier Park, John Velasquez to win the Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup.
Dick, we see so many of Chad Brand's horses come from way off the pace. How about Cambier Park is up front here? Gets a dawdling half mile in 49.18, and they're not going to catch her. Back-to-back Grade 1 wins for Cambier Park, 9-5. The price pays $5.60 to win. It is Chad again.
Yeah, Chad had 3, only needed 1, and see, those fractions told the story of the race. They were never going to get near her. Castle Lady a solid 2nd, and our man Kenny McPeak 3rd with Princessa Carolina.
We might hear for more of Chad as we make our way through the program here. Let's go up to Woodbine, the Grade 1 Pattison Canadian International, a mile and a half over that turf course for $800,000. And we got some more Euros here, Dick. Number 1, Zayad is the 6-5 choice. Now, Dick Zayad, 11 of 16, first or second in his career as a Group 2 winner.
Yeah, I mean, just a great run, great form all the way along. The question is, do you like that price in a race with a pretty good field?
Second choice, number 4, Desert Encounter, is 3-2. He is the defending champion, and Dick, he comes into the race in terrific form.
He is in good form. He actually was in better form now than he was last year when he won the race.
Well, Dick, he missed the break here. I mean, he probably starts 4 or 5 lengths behind the field.
Gave the field a huge head start.
He's got to be done, right?
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Here's the call.
And Zayad by a length and a half to Pumpkin Rumble. 1 away, 3rd Piv 1 on the inside. A length and a half to Nessie, shading Alanak and Desert Encounter. Catching a bit of ground now, is just a length away last. About 6 lengths covers the entire field, and racing along inside the mile and doing it nicely. It is still Zayad. Zayad in front. Shows the way by a length to Pumpkin Rumble. 1 and a half to Piv 1. A length away Nessie on the outside from Alanak. And Desert Encounter is last of all. There's been no shift to position, and it is Zayad on top. Zayad leads the way, and in second position remains Pumpkin Rumble. 1 away, 3rd Piv 1. A length and a half to Nessie and Alanak on the inside, and at the back remains Desert Encounter. Still 5 lengths first to last, and Zayad in front. Pumpkin Rumble is in range, just a length away as they pick up the pace a little bit. Piv 1 third, they got out by 2 lengths. Alanak's called up on the inside of Nessie, and 2 lengths away last is Desert Encounter. Zayad in front, they run to the half mile. Leads a half a length Pumpkin Rumble. Piv 1 saving every inch of ground on the inside, coming after them. A length and a half away is Nessie, followed by Alanak, and still last of all is Desert Encounter. There's been no shift at all, and Zayad in front. About a neck to Pumpkin Rumble as they come inside the final 3/8. A length away, Piv 1. Nessie on the outside, Alanak getting to work. Desert Encounter will have to come from last. Top of the home stretch in the Pattison Canadian International. Zayad in front. Pumpkin Rumble in second. On the inside, Piv 1 and Alanak finishing on. And Desert Encounter threading through near the inside is flying. And Desert Encounter is bursting between runners. What a ride. Andrea Adzeni's come from last and has got it won. Desert Encounter's going to repeat.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you miss the break. Dick, Desert Encounter gets a great ride here.
Yes, indeed.
Jockey, instead of swinging out at the top of the stretch out in the middle of the course, waits behind horses, finds a seam to run through, comes on and wins at a half length. Back-to-back victories. Desert Encounter pays $5 to win.
Yeah, the defending champ will be the defending champ again next year. Maybe they'll bring him back as an 8-year-old. We'll see.
Dick, it's nice when you get the lion's share of an $800,000 purse. That does nice things to your bank account. The other big race, the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor, that's the fillies and mares at a mile and a quarter. They'll race here for $600,000. A very competitive field. 3-1 was the shortest price, so that's on number 2, Red Tea, another Euro.
Yeah, this is Joseph O'Brien, the trainer. Remember, he was a rider for a while for his dad, Aidan O'Brien, the legendary trainer.
Second choice, number 8, Starship Jubilee, is 7-2 for local trainer Kevin Athert. And Dick, she is coming off a tremendous victory that put her over the $1 million mark.
Yeah, what a claim. She was claimed for $16,000, believe it or not, in February of 2017 from George Navarro, of all people. And as you said, Keith, closing on $1 million. And in this race last year, she made the lead, finished 4th. Actually was on down the stretch this week with Dave Johnson, and we had Kevin on the show.
Right.
And he said, I don't know if 1.25 miles is necessarily her best distance. I'm thinking, maybe she's not really going to get there, but we'll see.
7-2. Here's the call of the EP Taylor.
And Red Tea in front, hasn't had too much pressure, by a length to Starship Jubilee. Holy Helena the inside, 1 to Imperial Charm. Gaining is on the inside of Durance. A length and a half away came Siqueiros Buena and Platan. Second last AA Azula's Arch. And last of all is Secret Message. Racing to the 1/2 mile, and out in front is Red Tea, by a length Starship Jubilee. Holy Helena's come up nicely on the inside in third. 3 parts away Imperial Charm. A length in behind them, Gaining and Durance. 2 lengths away Platan. 2 to AA Azula's Arch. Well behind them Siqueiros Buena. And last Secret Message, and Starship Jubilee's rocketed up on the outside to hit the front. In the EP, Taylor goes to the lead. Running on is Imperial Charm. Red Tea under pressure. Down the outside, Durance. Holy Helena's there. Starship Jubilee out by 2 lengths. Imperial Charm in second. Platan is running on well. Durance on the outside. It is Starship Jubilee inside the final furlong. Starship Jubilee a length and a half. Durance and Platan trying desperately, but Starship Jubilee is the winner.
I think it's always kind of cool when one of the locals wins the big race, and Starship Jubilee, the local here, gets a Grade 1 victory, a perfect just off the pace trip. Takes command in the stretch, draws clear, and then holds off the late runners. Pays $9 to win. Dick, Starship Jubilee, back-to-back great victories here, and now a Grade 1 winner.
Yeah, it was interesting. Again, she went right to the front in this race last year, got tired late, finished 4th, and then her most recent race, she went wire to wire, but Luis Contreras, I think, thinking maybe 1.25 miles is a little too long, waited, and then when she was ready to go, she won easy. She was very impressive, and what a claim for 16,000. Don't we? It's sort of like Math Wizard for 16, and then 25. Maximum Security wasn't
in, but not claimed. They could have. Yep.
It's wild out there.
Big Starship Jubilee again, now a Grade 1 winner. Let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. We have weekly awards to give out and some more Chad. We'll be back with that after this.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. It's time for the weekly awards brought to you by the good folks at the Turning for Home program. Log onto their website and get involved today. That's turningforhome.org. Jockey Ruben Silvera, he has been hot lately. He continues to do an excellent job. Just a really good veteran rider. Ruben Silvera is our Jockey of the Week. And Dick Carlos Guerrero. I'm going to give him an honor.
I would hope so after that.
Dick, you know, he talked to us early in the year. He knew he had a good horse.
Yes, he did.
Sometimes you might get over anxious with a horse like that because you know he's good. But he took his time with the horse in the spring, and he let him mature, and now he has turned into an absolute monster.
Well, looking back, he actually was thinking about the Preakness. Keep in mind, he was thinking about running the Tessio, and then he had that entrapped epiglottis after that huge performance here. So he really was forced to take his time, but he did. And then you knew how talented he was because he ran him in the hassle off a 4-month layoff against Maximum Security. So that told you all you needed.
Carlos, our trainer of the week. Let's get the race recap back up to Belmont Park. It's the Grade 2 Sands Point. 3-year-old fillies at 9 furlongs. And Dick, number 5, new and improved, is 8-5 for some guy named Chad Brown. Dick, she is way back here in the early going. This is only her 3rd start, and here she comes.
You know what? I'd be several pounds over, but I think I could ride this guy's horses. It's unbelievable. They all win. They all come from the back, and they all finish flying, and just like this film.
Yeah, $5.10 to win on New and Improved. Back up to Woodbine for their sprint race, the Grade 2 the Arctic. And this is 6 furlongs. Dick, the favorite, number 6, Blind Ambition, is 2-1. I could never have found this long shot in this blanket finish. Number 5, City Boys, 24-1.
No, this was on paper, no chance at all, but they don't run them on paper.
Nope.
City Boy closing, gonna get up by a head. And pay 50 and change.
$50.70 to win. Finally, the Monday feature, Columbus Day, up at Belmont Park. The Grade 2 Knickerbocker Catholic Boy is back.
Yes, he is.
Dick, there's some big gaps in his races.
Yep.
He's even money here. And Dick, number 3, Luke Cullen, is going to be coming for Godolphin on the outside.
Yeah, I couldn't get in line fast enough to bet against Catholic Boy here. I just thought something was up here. This just didn't look right, and I was on Luke Cullen, unfortunately.
Nice.
Although he got hammered at the end. Luke Cullen for Karen McLaughlin. And Catholic Boy off the board.
Off the board.
And they were talking about trying to run in a Breeders' Cup race. I don't know after that performance what they're going to do.
$5.10 to win for Kieran McLaughlin and Luke Cullen. Dick, eye on racing. How
Yes,
about
sir.
Maryland Million Day?
Yeah, they were the grandfather of all these
Yes.
days that are run all around the country now. And of course, Jim McKay was the brainchild behind it. It's now the Jim McKay Maryland Million.
He was my favorite broadcaster when I was
Understood.
a young man. Let's get to news and notes. Be right back after this.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
And they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs.
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing News and Notes. Our final segment is now brought to you by the Granny Fund. Nick, we talked about it last week, that continued education program at the backstretch. Get involved, make your donation to the Granny Fund. You see the information there. Dick, great stuff. Education in the backstretch.
Absolutely. Very necessary.
Dick, do you think you'll ever have a horse named after you?
I did have one named
You
after
did?
me. The late Dan Borislow named after me.
There you go.
One, he actually won here on PA Derby Day.
I did too.
And I bet on him.
Good old cream donut, keep it. How about our man Tony Black and Laurel?
Sir Back in Black made his debut at Laurel on Columbus Day, race 7. And when I walked in there that day, Kylie, of course, Tony's wife, stopped me and said, "Hey, you got to watch this horse named after Tony. Richie Vega trained. Win easy
How good
at
is that?
5-1.
How
Sir
good is
Back
that?
in Black at Laurel."
Gotta love it. Now Bruce has to get a horse named after him, something like
I
that.
would hope so.
You got it. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Join us here for live racing, 12:55 post, and we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.